Hi, I'm Diane Kucala, and I'm the Chief Leadership Officer at Blueprint Leadership. Last week, I talked about trust. So if you missed that, go back and catch it. But today, I want to talk about the fact that trust is not binary. You know, so often in organizations, we'll hear people say, I just don't trust that person. And so at Blueprint Leadership, we created a tool that will help you to determine where the trust gap is. And so I'm going to walk you through that tool. The tool is called the scale of trust. And what we want to do is look at 6 different elements on that scale. There's accountability, committed and consistent, emotional intelligence, decisive, communicative, and supportive. So let's look at the continuum. A person who's not accountable and therefore not trustworthy will make excuses and blame and make up reasons why something didn't get done. Whereas for accountability, a person who's 100% trustworthy is someone where the buck stops with them. They're always looking to find a solution and get a resolution, regardless of who is supposed to be responsible for that item. The second is committed and consistent. And so people who are untrustworthy tend to not follow through, especially when there's a lot of stress. They tend to get easily distracted. But a person who is 100% trustworthy is someone who makes commitments to deadlines. They deliver on those deadlines. And if there's a problem, they're proactive in communicating so that they can keep everyone informed as to the issues that's at hand. For emotional intelligence, a person would be untrustworthy if they had a hard time packaging their message. Either they're too harsh in their delivery or they push things under the rug and they tend to be people pleasers. Whereas people who are 100% trustworthy are people who can express their opinion in an honest and a transparent way, and so that they are their opinions are held firmly but with a great deal of respect. As we move down, the next important part of trust is how decisive is the person. So if a person procrastinates or they get a paralysis around an ambiguity, then they will tend to bog the whole team down in this paralysis. A person who's 100% trustworthy is able to make decisions even when there is ambiguity, and then they decide how they're going to make that decision right. In terms of communication, a person who's untrustworthy is someone who tends to have an attitude of self-preservation. They tend to be selfish and they block information flow, whereas a person who's trustworthy is patient and authentic. They're transparent and open with communication so that they can provide others with the information they need in order to make good decisions so that the organization can be successful. And then in terms of supportiveness, a person who's not trustworthy will tend to make a lot of requests of other people, but be unavailable in order to reciprocate. Whereas a person who's very trustworthy, they are intent on serving the needs of others and ensuring that the needs of the customers are taken care of. So again, this is a scale of trust, and people fall somewhere on that scale from the low end of being untrustworthy to the high end of being completely trustworthy, 100% trustworthy. And we all fall in a continuum somewhere along this line. This tool is helpful in that if you hear someone say, or if you feel like someone in your organization is not trustworthy, you can be more specific about what that gap is. Or if you're in human resources, you can help others to diagnose where the gap in trust is and be more specific with the feedback that you give to others. So what I'd like you to do is, please, I'll attach this tool and so that you have it, but please make some comments below. Are there areas of the trust scale that you think are missing? What should we add? And then how will you use this to help build trust in your organization, which is fundamental to having the organization be successful. So share that with each other. Thanks so much.